Dude, what? Once I was talking to a friend of mine. This guy was Japanese but pretty fluent in English. Still, there were some issues with pronunciation. He lived in Japan but had spent time in the UK as an exchange student. We were talking about various types of fast food. He said one was rubbish, which is a British word, but he pronounced it as you'd expect. The punchline was that I couldn't quite figure out what he meant by the context, since my American ears weren't really tuned for rubbish in the context of food. And since in Japanese they don't really have an R sound, it sounded sort of like an L. So my best guess was that he said lavish. Also, they don't have a V sound. When they say R, it sounds like L. When they say V, it sounds kind of like B. So my best guess in the context was lavish. And since we were talking about fast food places that sucked, I said, dude, what? To my dude, what? He said, dude, what? I explained what I thought he said. He explained what he did say, which is a very, very rare event with two people with two different native languages, a misunderstanding of a word that is the exact opposite of the original intention of the word. Another miscommunication is one I absolutely cannot explain, except for a potentially perverted brain of the guy listening to me, a guy I used to work with. I was doing something, crunching some numbers on a PC. He was standing behind me reading a completely different technical report. He asked me offhandedly what I was doing that weekend. I mumbled something about doing something normal, like maybe going to see a movie. He said, dude, what? I said, huh? He said, what did you just say? I repeated what I said. He looked really embarrassed. I said, what do you think I said? He said, this is an absolutely true story, by the way. I thought you said, I'm going to lick my dad's girlfriend. I laughed, trying to imagine how in the world he could possibly have thought that, and he never came up with a believable explanation. Normally, when these kinds of things happen, they are pretty funny. Sometimes, though, they are disastrous, especially when the things we misunderstand are from childhood, memories of being yelled at by adults. From the adult's perspective, they're trying to keep us from running out into traffic, but from our childhood brain's perspective, we interpret that and remember that as an authority figure saying, don't go after what looks like fun. Luckily, we can remove all that misremembered, misunderstood crap that's keeping us in our comfort zone and enjoy chasing what looks like fun. To learn how, visit mindpersuasion.com/3x3.